So you talked a little bit about more collaborations. Probably there's a growing awareness, but do you still feel like there's an awareness problem in terms of parents and students understanding? I mean, are we where we need to be in terms of awareness for the importance of graduation and college?
I do think that there's a gap between what people see and what the reality really is. I think most people will tell you, yeah, education is important for my kid, but the question is it something they're really willing to go to the mat for? Is it really something that they're willing to make sure, everyone will say, yeah, I want my son or daughter to finish high school and go on to college. Is it really something that they're preparing the student for all the way through school? Are they engaged in those discussions with that kid in the 9th and 10th and 11th grade? Where am I going to go beyond high school? Are they actively helping those students explore those options? Are they looking for resources, whether they're online resources or whether they're visiting campuses at a community college? Are they talking to their counselor? Are they saving? We can't just wait and hope that there'll be financial aid and funding available. Are students and families saving money so that their students can go on to education beyond high school? So I think it's all of those things. It's not just saying that it's something that's worthwhile doing. Are you really acting in a way that aligns with that statement? So I think that's important. I think for a long time, again, because we didn't have that alignment with education attainment in this state and our income, I think in the year 2000, Michigan Future did some work, some research, and indicated that in 2000, Michigan was ranked, I think, about 15th or 16th in per capita income in the nation. Our education attainment, as measured by the percentage of adults who had a 4-year degree, was about 38th or 39th. Since that period, our ranking in terms of education attainment hasn't really moved, but our per capita income has fallen as those good-paying, low-skilled jobs have evaporated. And now we're ranked, I think, somewhere around 25th to 30th. And that ranking is going to continue to fall until it's even with our education attainment. And the only way as a region we're going to build our way back up is if you have more people who are educated. We're moving from a manufacturing economy to a knowledge economy. The basis of a manufacturing economy are factories and infrastructure and things like that. The basis of a knowledge economy are smart people, and the knowledge industries are going to follow smart people and where they're at. And if you're not a region that has that educated talent, then you're going to be bypassed. And those regions that grow and attract and retain those people are going to be the winners in the next economy. And there's a lot of research already that shows that, and I think we're a little bit behind in terms of recognizing that and acting on that.
You talked about the Wired grant, which is a great collaboration. Do you sense that there's a lot more of a collaborative spirit in the region, maybe as it relates to private sector and public, the city versus suburbs? And can you talk a little bit about how maybe we're starting to pull together a little bit around something like high school graduation rates?
Yeah, I do. I think that there's a recognition. I think when you're in the crisis that we're in, and it's not new, but I think as things have accelerated over the last year or two, people have really come to understand that you can't divorce yourself from other parts of the community, that the economic impact of what's happened has reached everybody. There are foreclosures in the most affluent communities. Those industries, those industries that are challenged are touching everybody. And so I think people are understanding that we need to collaborate between city and suburb more. I think that we're understanding that there has to be more public-private partnerships. And then even within public entities, I'm seeing with the Wired grant, we're seeing a lot more collaboration between K-12 education and community colleges and four-year universities. Not just as a result of what we're doing with Wired, but that initiative has created a table where everyone's come together and can put things on the table and try and figure out how we move forward together. And so, for instance, I know a lot of the higher ed people are starting to try and figure out, not only do you have people coming out of high school who have not traditionally gone on to college or succeeded in post-secondary education, you have a lot of adults out there who may have gone on for a year or two of college and then left to go to work because they could make a good living. And many of those people either have lost their jobs or are at risk of losing their jobs. And so this group of higher ed partners is starting to look at what do we do to bring those people back to the table, and how do we help them complete an education. And part of it is helping those people understand the importance of education. They've done a lot of research that's indicated a lot of those people understand, and they do have a goal of coming back. And so I think that was good news. And now I think, and I really give a lot of credit to these institutions, they're really starting to ask the questions, are we really prepared to serve that audience? You know, a lot of post-secondary institutions are really geared toward serving, you know, kind of that 18-year-old, 19-year-old high school graduate, you know, the traditional student. And now this group of higher ed partners is really starting to look at, you know, how do we better serve and how do we reach that group of people? So I think that's a lot of that conversations has come out of this, the Wired project, and then just this recognition that we need to do something to change our future.